What's up, my people? My name is Diamond. Welcome to the channel. So your brother, baby mama, sister Tracy asked you to co-sign for a loan. Do you do it? What does it mean? How will it impact your credit? What are your responsibilities? And what happens if it goes great? And what happens if it goes all bad? We're going to discuss all that and more in this video. If you haven't done so already, now is the perfect time to click the subscribe button so you can become part of the community. And as soon as you start receiving just an ounce of value out of this video, do me a favor and click the thumbs up button, turn it blue, and like this video. Let's jump into it. What does it mean to be a cosigner? Cosigning means that you are taking financial responsibility for this obligation. And we often think of cosigning in the form of a car loan, but cosigning can take on many shapes. You can cosign for a car loan, a mortgage, an apartment, a credit card, a mattress. All types of things can be co-signed. But whatever it is, just remember that you have accepted financial responsibility. If that person don't pay, you will. More often than not, these are the three types of people you're going to run into who needs a cosigner. The first person is someone who has little to no credit at all. Maybe they're trying to get their very first car loan or their first apartment. They have not proven that they know how to manage debt, so they need a cosigner to be approved. The second type of person is someone who had good credit, but at some point, for whatever reason, I don't know, we're not going to talk about it in this video, but right now, they have bad credit and they can't qualify for whatever it is that they're trying to get today. So they need a cosigner. The third type of person is someone who's trying to buy something or finance something that they just can't afford. So they're trying to buy a C8 Corvette at $70,000, but they have a $20,000 a year income. They don't qualify for that loan. But if they can get a cosigner, somebody who has good credit and has the income to support the payment, the bank say, cool, we'll make this deal happen. So these are the types of people that you're most likely going to find who needs a cosigner. And I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other. I'm just trying to lay out the facts. But keep this with you as we're walking through the ins and outs of cosigning. For the sake of this video, we're going to assume that you have agreed to sign on the dotted line and become a cosigner. You want to know what the bank processes are, their policies and procedures, because you may believe that by being a cosigner, you're just off to the side just in case something goes wrong. But the truth is, they may take the person with the best credit score and make that person the primary applicant and put the other person as the cosigner. Also, you want to know, how do they calculate the interest rate? Because after all, the interest rate is going to affect the payment, and you are signing for responsibility of this, so you may one day have to make these payments. So it's good to know, how are they going to calculate it? Do they take the person with the best credit score and base the interest rate off of that person? Do they take the first applicant on the application and base it there? Do they combine both of your scores and use some type of internal algorithm to figure out how they're going to calculate your interest rate? All of this is important. What's even more important is that you understand their collection procedures, because again, you might think that as a cosigner, you're there off to the side just in case. And the only way they're ever going to come after you is after they've used all their resources to try to collect from the primary applicant. And this may be correct, but it could be very wrong. Maybe the person missed one payment, the bank called that person one time, don't get an answer, and they come after you to start collecting payments. Or this person defaults altogether, and now the entire bill is due, and they use all their resources to not go after that person, but they just come straight after the cosigner. These are the things that you want to know before you commit to this deal. Now, I know your brother's baby mama, sister Tracy, is going to pay her bills on time, so you don't have to worry about this at all. But wouldn't it be nice to know these things before you actually signed your name and got going? Absolutely, absolutely it would be. The next thing to know is, how is this going to impact your credit? By being on someone else's loan, what do it actually mean to you? Because after all, if they make all the payments on time, it's just a trade line on your credit report. It reports good, they pay it off, it's closed, everything is paid as agreed, no harm, no foul. But there are other things to think about. There's other things to consider. What if they don't pay the bill on time? Do that late payment show up on your credit report? Does this loan even show up at all? Maybe, maybe not. It goes back to the bank's policies and procedures, because they may not report it on your credit report at all. You might not see it, even though you're the cosigner. Next thing you know, Tracy done went 2 months without making a payment, and now you got something in collections brand new on your credit report. What's this? Well, you're still responsible for whether they report it or not on your credit report. Also, you have to think about how it's going to impact you down the road and the type of things that you want to use your credit for. Because if you co-sign for that person to buy that $60,000 car on that $20,000 income, then you decide you want to go out and buy a $60,000 car. Well, guess what? You're not looking to get a $60,000 loan. You already have that. You're looking for $120,000 worth of loans. So you have to have the income to support it, because that debt is counted against your debt to income ratio, which can really come back to bite you if you're not careful. The last few things to consider is, what impact will co-signing have on your relationship with that person? If the person makes all the payments, then it probably won't have any impact at all. Everything's all good. But if they don't make the payments, and for whatever reason you have to take over and pay that loan off, what will that do to your relationship? And more importantly, can you afford to make those payments? Now, we know that you were able to be approved for those payments, but we also know that just because you can be approved for something, it don't mean that you can afford to make those payments. So do those payments fit within your budget? And even better, do you just have a pile of money where you can pay that thing off if worst case scenario happens? I'm interested to hear your thoughts in co-signing. So if you have some co-signing gone bad stories or good stories, leave those in the comments down below. As you can tell, I'm not a fan of co-signing, and if I loved and really cared about somebody, I would have to find another way to help them out. Until next time, I'm Diamond. Peace.